Good morning, my fellow thrifting peeps. We discovered that there is a Goodwill outlet, otherwise known as the Bins, about an hour away from where we live. So, of course, over the weekend, we had to go check it out, and we found some goodies. This particular Bins is in Providence, and it's much smaller than the ones we've been to in St. Louis, but we still found some good stuff, and it wasn't nearly as hectic as the ones in St. Louis, and it's cheaper. The ones in St. Louis, I want to say, are $2.99 a pound, and this one was $1.89 a pound, so a good bit cheaper. They do not measure, or they don't charge their books by the inch, though. At the ones in St. Louis, if you buy books, you stack them up on the checkout counter, and all of the cashiers have a yardstick, and they'll stand the yardstick up behind the stack of books, and they charge by the inch. At this one in Providence, the paperbacks are, if I'm not mistaken, they're 38 cents a piece, and the hardbacks are 68 cents a piece. So not awful. So let's get right into what I found. First off, I found this huge accordion file full of greeting cards. Most of them, I think, are birthday cards, but there are a good number of Christmas cards. There's a couple sympathy cards, a couple of get well cards. I won't have to buy cards for a good while. Maybe ever. Well, I will have to buy Christmas cards at some point, but I'm set on birthday cards. There's probably over 100 cards in here. And a couple of books. This one I'm the most excited about. Star Trek Universe. It's a big 3-ring binder full of pages of Star Trek trivia. I haven't flipped through the whole thing to see if it's complete or how many of the series it covers, but I have seen the original series and Next Generation. But with this being a hardback book, this was 68 cents. It has a price tag up here. It was probably in someone's yard sale for $10, and somehow it ended up at the Bins, and I got it for 68 cents. I thought that was so cool. Look at these. It's so richly illustrated. I love that. That's so cool. And I found a cookbook that's in Japanese, but I figured I could use Google Translate to translate the pages. I thought it looked like it had some interesting looking recipes in it, so I figured I would try to translate the recipes. And the Princeton Review Word Smart. It's full of, let's see, it says, the 823 words you need to know to communicate effectively, be more persuasive, get more from your reading, impress friends, teachers, and employers, and score high on the SAT, GRE, and other standardized tests. So if you want to sound smart, this is full of words that you need to know to sound smart. I thought it seemed interesting. It's got little quizzes on a bunch of the pages. After you've read and studied a bunch of words, it has a quiz for you to match the word to the definition. It's got other quizzes in the back. And it looks kind of old. Let's see what year this is from. 1986. 1986 Word Smart. also found a cute little book on sharks. And a cute little book on rocks, minerals, and gems. Got a glare on it. There we go. That's all the books I found this time. And on to the other goodies. I found two really pretty placemats. I thought they looked kind of cottagecore. Leaves and flowers. They're probably vintage too. They look vintage. Let's see. I found this adorable little ghost. There, he has a plant. That's so cute. It's not, it looks stained glass, but I think it's, yeah, it's made of plastic, I think. But how adorable is that? He has a little plant. And I found a handful of old family pictures. I collect vintage photos. I've bought a bunch of them from eBay, and every time, or on the rare occasion that I see some at the Goodwill bins, I grab them. Some old family pictures. Most of them are fairly recent, but I grabbed the really, well, I grabbed the whole thing, but I grabbed it for the old ones primarily. And a painting of the phases of the moon. That's like someone's hand-done homemade painting. Ended up in the bin somehow. Found a couple of wrapping paper samples. I love finding wrapping paper samples. The only thing about, the only thing about finding wrapping paper samples for me personally is there's only so much of it. Like, there's not a big roll of it where it'll last a long time. There's only this little bit of it, and then I don't want to use it. I want to keep it because there's only so much of it. I'm trying to get better about that. I found a cute Halloween tablecloth, still like brand new, still in the wrapping. I love that. And a quilted breast cancer awareness ribbon backpack. It's kind of in the style of Vera Bradley backpacks because it's the thick quilted material, but it's not Vera Bradley. It has a bunch of pockets, big pocket there on the front. You open it, it has pockets on the inside. It has a pocket on the back. I always check all the pockets. I love pockets. Make sure it has a bunch of pockets and make sure all the zippers work. And an alien cushion. I love this. It's so cute. It's so soft and squishy. I love that. It's not stained or anything. A lot of the times you find a cushion or a plushie or something at the bins and it's gotten stained or something is spilled on it. But this one is pristine. I love the alien cushion. Also found a cute little purse that originally came from Claire's. I love Claire's purses and their little backpacks. They're so cute, but they're kind of pricey, and I've never actually bought one for myself. I just go in there and drool like, oh, they're so cute. I finally got a cute little Claire's purse. And looky here, look at this. He's so cute. Look at those long arms and his long little legs. Ooh. I love him so much. I love mushrooms. He is adorable. Little mushroom guy. And I found this little guy. Take the tag off of him. Well, I'll get that later. Looky there. And he turns inside out to a grumpy frog. Meh. Woo! That's so cute. I love frogs too. And a scarf that says to infinity and beyond. I love Toy Story. I love Buzz Lightyear. I love Toy Story. That's so cute. A little koala where his arms are slap bracelets. Remember slap bracelets? He can hold on to stuff. A Minecraft axolotl keychain. And this is super, super exciting. I found a trail cam. These are expensive. These are like anywhere from $50 to $150. There's probably some fancier ones that cost more than that. But I found this at the bins. Cost almost nothing because they charge by the pound. And it does need a SD card, but I open it, flip the button, the light turns on. So hopefully it works. That's super exciting. And let's see. I am accumulating t-shirts to go in a t-shirt quilt. And I found this one. It's a small, it's way too small for me and it's too small for my boyfriend. So I'm gonna put that one aside to go in my t-shirt quilt. And let's see. Found a little plastic baseball bat. I think I'm gonna put that up for our children, our future children. And I found this baggie full of packs of, or travel packs of tissues. I always keep travel packs of tissues in my purse. Never know when you might need one. So I'm going to keep one in my purse, keep one in my toiletry bag, any bag that I travel with, keep tissues in there. Never know when you might need a tissue. And a hook. It looks like a tropical leaf. I love that. A baggie of star-shaped pins. Not sure what I'm going to do with so many, but I'm going to keep at least one of them because I collect pins. I collect all kinds of things. And this, that is, I looked it up. This is a replica of a South Korean medallion or medal, medallion medal, something like that, from the 1730s, if I'm not mistaken. These were, let's see if I remember correctly, they were crap. They were like, they signified how many horses someone was entitled to use, like someone in the government, if they needed horses for whatever, this entitled them to use. I'm not saying this eloquently enough, but that's the gist of it. I looked it up. I'm gonna try to sell this on eBay. They have a set of 5 that were like $90, so I'm gonna try to sell this one. Again, I didn't describe that nearly eloquently enough, but it was like if an important person in the government was in need of horses or something, they carried this around and they would show it to like someone at a stable or something, and that entitled them to use however many horses was on the medallion. There we go. And a flamingo shaped tape dispenser that came from the Dollar Tree originally, because I've already got one, and I got this one for a backup in case anything happens to the other one. A pin, Halloween pin that says I'm the treat. A bag full of soccer ball pins. I think I'm going to try to sell that one on eBay because I don't really care anything about soccer. A tiny little gift bag that says you're great. That's so cute. You need to give a tiny little present. Some cute little, I don't know if these are sticky notes or what, but they're cute. Looky there. Found a pink carabiner. Never know when you might need a carabiner. And a potion bottle. Purple glittery potion bottle. And a pink glittery gem-shaped box. I'm not sure why it has a hole in the bottom. It was probably part of a play set or something, and just the box ended up in the bin somehow. I need to figure out how to plug up that hole so stuff doesn't fall out of it. And this cute little purse. And a level. You never know when you might need one of those. And lastly, a little flower charm. It's one of those that goes on Crocs, but I do not wear Crocs. They look so stupid. I'm sorry. Crocs aren't my thing. But I'm going to put this in my trinket jar. I collect little trinkets because I'm a goblin. Go put that in the trinket jar. That's about it. I'm sure we will be going back to that bins now that we know that there's one close by. I love going to the bins. You never ever know what you're gonna find. That it's just so exciting going to the bins. You never know what you're gonna find. It's just anything and everything. You can find some good stuff, some weird stuff, some gross stuff. Like this trip I saw a jock strap. Anyway, until next time.